Okay, welcome to chapter 2. We talk about the molecule of taste and sensation. Okay, just to reiterate, okay, in this part, we're going to talk mainly about the taste, okay, and the sensation, the trigeminal sensation, okay. The smell, we will not talk a lot, we will not be talking about the smell in this chapter, okay. We talk about the taste and the sensation that coming from the facial, okay. For chapter 2, we will be separated into two parts, okay. So for this video, we're going to cover the first part, okay, which is talking about the trigeminal nerve, the taste, and the oral receptor, okay. So let's recap of what we have discussed in the previous chapter, okay. The flavors is being perceived from the trigeminal perceptions, okay. Trigeminal perceptions, you can see from here, got to do with these nerves over here, okay. And then it also comes from the taste, okay, which is responsible by the tongue, and the aroma, which is basically the smell, okay, the smell, okay, coming from the that is responsible by the olfactory bulbs, okay, and the nerve, and they go up, and then in the top part over here, okay, the olfactory bulb, the nerve ending. Okay, for this chapter, as I mentioned, I'm going to concentrate both in the taste and the trigeminal nerves, okay. So I'm going to discuss about the trigeminal nerves first, then after that I'm going to talk about the taste, okay. So what we're going to discuss is the nerve, okay, talking about the nerve responsible for these two, okay, the trigeminal perception and the taste. So this nerve, okay, is actually is linked, okay, to the cranial nerve. Cranial nerve is basically, if you're looking at your brain, okay, the brain at the bottom surface, okay, of the brain over here, there are 12 pairs of nerve, okay, at the brain, at the inside the surface, there are 12 parts of the nerve that is responsible for various nerve information that brings the information from the sense organ to the brain. Some control the muscle, and some control the internal organ, for example, like heart and the lung, okay. So these 12, okay, we use the Romans, the alphabets, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we can see for nerve number 1, we have olfactory, got to do with the smell, okay, located here, the nerve. So from the smell, you will see that the smell come through and then go to the nerve ending, nerve ending, then it will send signal to this part of the brain, okay. Then for the vision, okay, it will, from the eyes, it will send the signal to this part of the cranial nerve to let you see the vision. Then we got the 3, which got to do with the eye movement and the pupil reflex, okay, the pupil reflex. Then we got to do with this, the eye movement, number 4, and the 5th, face sensation and chewing. We're going to discuss more on this, okay. We got to do with the trigeminal sensation. Then we got the 6, okay, got to do with the eye movement. The 7, okay, facial movement and taste, okay. This one got to do with the taste bud that we're going to talk about later on, okay. And then here, hearing and balance, and this, okay, the facial nerve and the glossopharyngeal nerve, okay, these two are responsible for your taste, okay. We're going to discuss later on. Then we got the vagus movement, sensation, and abdominal organs. Then we got the 11, the neck movement, and this one got to do with the organs, yeah. But for these two chapters, so for this chapter, we're going to mainly focus on these 3, okay, the trigeminal nerves, facial, and the glossopharyngeal nerves, okay. This one got to do with the trigeminal sensation, and these 2 got to do with the taste sensation, okay. So it's the number 5, 7, and 9, okay. These nerves, we're going to concentrate more on this. But first, we're going to talk about the trigeminal nerves, okay. For the trigeminal nerve, okay, is one of the largest cranial nerves and has both motor and sensory function, which means that it controls the movement, the chewing function, as well as sense the different type of the sensation. Yeah, it helps the person to chew and clench the teeth and gives sensation to the muscle in the tympanic membrane of the ear. Okay, tympanic membrane of the ear is like when you are chewing, you can hear the ears a bit popping sound. Okay, it got to do with that. So if we look further down into the trigeminal nerve, okay, how it links to the trapezial nerves, you can see that, okay, the trigeminal nerve that come from the brain, okay, you will branch out into these three, V1, V2, and V3, okay. Basically it separates into the three parts, okay, the upper, middle, and the lower, okay. So all the sensation will, if you are from the bottom, you go through here into your the trapezial nerve. If you're from the middle and the top, you will go from here. Yeah. Okay. So the V1 branch is ophthalmic branch. Okay. V1. Then the middle we got maxi. Okay. Maxillary branch, and the mandibular branch is for responsible for the lower. Okay. So three parts now. 1, 2, and 3 parts. So for the ophthalmic branch, okay, it gives sensation to the part of the eyes, including the corneal, okay, the mucosa in the nose, as well as the skin on the nose and the eyelids and the forehead. Okay, the forehead. The maxillary here, the middle part. Okay, it gives mainly to the side of the nose, upper teeth. Okay, you can see upper teeth. Okay, if any sensation come from the upper teeth, you're going to go through here. Okay, and bring it to the trapezial nerve and tell you what kind of sensation is that. Okay, and the mandibular is for the lower. Okay, lower teeth. Okay. And the sensation will go through from here. Okay, so remember these names. Okay, ophthalmic branch, maxillary branch, and mandibular branch will send signal from the three different parts of the face into the trigeminal nerves. Okay, trigeminal nerve perception. What are they? The main sensory nerve of the head. Okay, very important for the head. Okay, that's where you feel all the stuff. Okay, the pain. Okay. Is it cold? Is it warm? Okay, whether it's sharp, how the chewing, including controlling the muscle of mastication with chewing. Okay, is controlled by the trigeminal nerves. Okay. What happens if you have nerve damage from the trigeminal nerve? It can lead to either a decrease in sensation or increase in sensation, depending on what kind of damage is that. Okay, and sometimes it can lead to weakening when you are having trouble chewing. Okay, chewing, and then sometimes it can give you a very chronic pain. Okay, what we call the trigeminal neuralgia. Okay, like even touching, you feel like, oh, it's very pain, including like just brushing teeth, you feel very pain. Okay, it's because of this condition. Yeah, there's a nerve damage. Okay. So now we know that the sensation from the face, okay, trigeminal perception is responsible by the trigeminal nerves, okay, and the signal is from three different parts of the face is being sent through these branches, okay, the upper, the middle, and the lower, okay, and is responsible for all the either the heat, the cold, the pain, okay, and so forth, and including the chewing, the motor controlling. Okay, so this is trigeminal nerve. The second part I'm going to discuss about is the gustatory nerve. Gustatory nerve is what we call the taste. Okay, the taste. Taste is from the tongue and is responsible by the facial nerve and the glossopharyngeal nerve. Okay, it's separate nerve control. And why is it two different nerve control? Because they control different part of the tongue. Okay, we separate our tongue. Okay, the tongue into the anterior, which is the front part of the tongue, and the posterior, which is the back of the tongue. Okay. What happened is that the glossopharynx, okay, which glossopharynx nerve, you can see from here, is responsible for the posterior, okay, the back part of the tongue. Okay, the back part of the tongue is basically the sensation of the bitter and the sour. Okay. So this part of the tongue is being sensed. Okay, the signal is being sent through the glossopharyngeal nerves. Okay, so the bitter and the sour sent through this nerve into you and say that, oh, this is bitter, this is sour. The front part okay, the signal from front part, which is the salty and the sweet, okay, is sent through what we call the facial nerves. Okay, so these are the 5 different tastes. Okay, you may be thinking the umami is a different nerves. Okay, I'm not going to discuss much about this because not much information were given which nerve is responsible for that. But for the sweet and the sweet and the salty, the front part you can see, okay, is responsible by the facial nerve, send signal. For the bitter, for the sour, is sent through the glossopharyngeal nerves. Okay, so you can see from here the sweet, okay, we got like sugar, honey, candy. Sour, okay, sour we got vinegar, lemon, lime, yogurt. It got to do with the hydrogen ion, potassium ion, depending on what kind of salt is that. Bitter, we got like caffeine, alkaloid a lot in the traditional medicine. Okay, and the umami got to do with the glutamates, okay, naturally occurring both in the tomato, cheese, meat, fish, and dry shiitake and so forth. All these contains a certain amount of glutamates, inosinates and guaninates. Okay, of course, the MSG from the Ajinomoto as well is pure glutamates. Okay, that you can use it as well as a way of giving these umami effects. Yeah. Okay, give you examples of how when you perceive from eating chili. When you're eating chili, you may feel the heat. Okay, the capsaicin. The capsaicin will give you the pain and the thermal heat. Okay, this will go through your trigeminal nerves. Whereas those, depending on the variety of chili, you may feel a bit of sweet, lemony or bitter. Okay, depending on the variety of chili, and the signal is sent through the tongue into your brain. Okay. Either if it's sweet, it will send through the facial nerve. If it's bitter, it will send through the glossopharyngeal nerves. Okay. Alright, so what I need to do is you complete the activity at times. Of course, if you need to go to the palette, you tell me whether you got question or no questions. Okay. Please make sure you put the student ID and your full name there so I can mark your attendance. Then after that, you go to the times. Okay, the times over here, you will see that there are 2 sections. Okay, this part. Okay, finish this part. Sorry. Okay, finish this activity over here, and also the formative assessment, two exercise here, 2 exercise you need to finish, and the make sure you place on the correct place, which is the chapter 2, yeah, not chapter 1, yeah. Your name, your ID, whether you have question or no questions. Okay, thank you very much.